You thought we might have a little fade
no,
there, but
no, it's just went straight into it.
That was really, that popped in.
It popped in. It was like,
Yeah.
there's 3 handsome men.
Well, at least 2.
Yes.
Sorry,
yeah,
which
I'm working on it.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the 5th annual GamesCom presentation live from Cologne, Germany. This is your official pre-show. We apologize for the delay. Of course, with any kind of presentation of this scale, there's always lots of rehearsals, lots of tech tests, and they, of course, ran a little behind. We have just opened the doors to the Gloria Theater, so fans who have been waiting out in line since 2 o'clock this afternoon.
And in the rain.
In the rain.
Serious dedication. I'm not even kidding. They were huddled underneath the awnings. Every shop, you could see the break where they were. Yeah.
So we have just opened the doors and we have just let them in. So it will take a little bit of time for them to file in, find all their places amongst the crowds in the Gloria Theater itself. So we are here to basically be a poor man's substitute and keep you busy until such time as it's time to begin the Gamescom presentation proper.
So we each have a stand-up act.
Yeah.
No.
I do prop comedy.
No, let's.
What kind of comedy do you do, Brian?
It's really, really dry.
Now, Brian, of course, you are the development director that runs Foundry 42 Frankfurt, yes?
Correct. I am, yeah.
And why don't you tell us a little about? We've had a lot of people who have never even seen a Star Citizen broadcast before. Why don't you tell folks a little bit about who you are and what you do?
As you said, I'm Brian Chambers, development director of Foundry 42 Frankfurt. We handle a lot of things across a lot of different disciplines there. Team is, yes, I know, so I'm in focus.
Yes.
We got, I think we're up to 76 people there, employees. We have the head of the engine team there, 2 of our senior technical directors from engineering, physics, animation, so on, rendering. We handle all the weapons. We do cutscenes for anticipated Squadron 42. Big design department, big environment department, so on and so on. Sorry for all those I left out. But I'm there basically to keep the show running, make sure people have what they need, work with our local production to make sure that everything's in place for people to get their stuff done.
All right, and we arrived very early this week. While the presentation begins in just a few minutes, the Gamescom festivities have actually been going on all week.
Yes.
Now, you arrived before anybody else, didn't you, Tyler?
Yes, I actually arrived a week before last week. I came early. I went to Frankfurt before Cologne. Because of the exciting news, if you watched the live stream, we announced that we now have a community manager in our Frankfurt office. His name is Ulf. I think we retweeted him a bunch, so find him on Twitter.
Ulf's awesome.
He is incredible. I honestly blew my mind. He hit the ground running. And also, doesn't it seem like we kind of have a trend where we hire new people right in the middle of a massive event? Because he basically met the team. He got a tour of the studio.
Yeah.
Kind of checked out some of our tools, and it's like, hey, by the way, next week you're going to Cologne, and we're throwing you right in the mix.
Yes, absolutely.
But
it was cool because you were able to come out, like you said, that week early, sit with them. Hey, here's the ropes of what we do. Here's how we community. Here's the community
totally.
Here, blah blah blah. So it was good.
There's nothing like the face-to-face time. I think people never realize that you can get so much more done just in person. And through all of this, it's been a bonding experience because I clearly don't speak the language here. So our travels from Frankfurt to Cologne, he was my translator. I would have been absolutely lost.
You know what? Keep talking. Brian refuses to sit forward, so we're going to see if I can't change.
Here.
No. I'm going to see if I can't
We're doing
change
it live.
Doing it
focus
live. Here
here.
you go.
We're doing it live.
See if we can't change the focus.
I am
Do it.
so forward now.
There we go.
There you go.
Well, it's too sharp. Now they can
As you
see
go.
all the details.
Oh,
You can see all the details.
As you can tell, this is live.
Yes.
Yes.
We are actually in the Eagle's Nest, guys. We are not in any kind of performance stage or whatnot. We have literally got flashlights pointed at our face. This is the station where we
I
run
think
the
they're
broadcast.
like table lamps, not really
Oh,
flashlights.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we sit here, we're basically just at the back of the floor. People are coming past us on both sides, starting to fill up the room.
Yes, we are cramped into this very small area where I run the live stream portion of the show, and we're making do with what we got because we didn't want you to sit there with nothing more to do to keep you entertained. And
Are we?
what you got.
Do we need to be loud? Adrian might be saying we need to be a little louder.
We need to be louder. What? No, we're as loud as can be. Actually,
good? We're
almost
good?
speaking. Okay.
Okay.
I can be louder if you want.
I mean, we can
No.
yell.
Hello.
We shouldn't. I don't.
Okay.
No, that's not good.
So, the week at Gamescom began on Tuesday. Now, Tuesday is the first day of Gamescom, but it's an industry press day. It's not open to the public. It's basically a chance for all the people who are there with their own projects to kind of go around and network and see what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are still setting up even.
Yeah, a lot of people were still setting up. With that, our booth was open on Tuesday, and it was packed from the get-go.
Yeah.
I mean, we had people in our booth morning, noon, and night. The lines were wrapping around the sides, pushing well into Twitch's area, and they were really happy with us. And thank you, Twitch, for also featuring us on the front page of Twitch right now. Sorry, our line backed into your booth area at Gamescom, but
yeah, there was. It was actually kind of interesting. There were so many people there. We didn't intend to upset anyone, but we had some booth managers come to us and say, "Hey, could you please?"
We ended up having to get tape.
Organize your lines.
And doing a zigzag line down the hallway next to our booth.
We taped the floor and realized that people know how to stay inside tape, which, you know.
Yeah, they did pretty well. It's kind of like a cat. If you tape a box, like if you just put tape in a square, a cat will go and sit inside the tape, even though there's no actual box.
So more and more and more people are coming in now.
Indeed.
So
see, I might actually
be able to cut to a feet of the floor.
and make it a little bit louder.
There's some people in front of the stage.
It's
They're
hard to
just
see. It's so
filtering
dark
in.
there,
It is very, very dark here.
Reminds me of like a homecoming dance floor. Like nobody wants to go out in the middle.
You know, I never went to my homecoming. Thanks for reminding me about that.
I'll take you out dancing, Brian.
Okay.
I went to
Appreciate
5 homecomings.
But yeah, back to what you were saying. Wait, what?
Yeah, I was popular in high school.
Okay, what happened?
I didn't turn into this till later on.
But yeah, back to the press industry day. They had actually told me, yeah, Tuesdays, it's a slower paced day. It's only open to press and industry. Get some good breakfast in you and prepare for the busy week. So I got breakfast. I showed up 30 minutes after the show floor opened. Thought it was going to be a nice, calm day. No, the line was already wrapped around the side of the booth. And I was
The
like,
thing
well,
that's
all
amazing
right.
about that, though, right? I would say, in contrast between Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday had a quarter of the people as Wednesday.
Every day it gets more crowded.
And tomorrow's supposed to be the busiest of them all.
Yes.
We're going to be here late. Awesome presentation. We're going to be working our butts off, and I will be there at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Yes. We apologize preemptively for our show floor live stream that begins tomorrow morning.
What time you guys go on tomorrow?
Noon local, so I
Cool.
pushed it back as far as I could.
But we still have to be at the booth pretty dang early.
We just have to be at the booth very early to do all the setup and everything, because a lot of that equipment had to come here to run the live stream here. So I basically have to go back and rebuild the setup there in the morning. So it's just going to be a late night and early morning.
Yep.
Now, that booth, let's talk a little bit about that booth. Now, last year was our very first Gamescom show floor booth that we ever had. I mean, we'd had a little area with some tables and a couple of computers, but last year's booth was the first time we ever tried to have a big themed booth like you would see at many conventions, and it was based on the Bridge of Anidris last year. This year's booth was based on one of the service outposts. I believe it was a Rayari service outpost done by our environmental team out of Foundry 42 UK, led by Ian Leland. And part of the process of bringing that to life this year was the additional help from Star Citizen John Raines. We want to give a big shout out to John Raines, who is floating around here. He's also been working as a volunteer here at the Gloria Theater. He's probably helping people get in and whatnot. John Raines, you may know, if you watch Citizens of the Stars, he had created the GSS Artex clothing dispenser, which you can find in Port Olisar. He actually made one reality, because that's what he does for a living. He makes props and convention stands and whatnot. And
I first met him actually at BritisonCon.
Yes, that's where it first appeared.
He was excited about coming to BritisonCon, and I saw this thing and I didn't know who made it, and he goes, I had a few weeks to spare, so I found spare lumber of stuff that we were working on, so I made this. And when you looked at it, you would think, okay, somebody spent a good amount of time. He's like, my spare time in a few weeks.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, I have no idea. Yeah. And so that's when Aaron was like, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
And not just that, but the attention to detail.
Absolutely.
Like if you look at the desks, they're exactly like the models of our outposts, except fitted to make it perfect for the booth, with the doors on the inside, with the ventilation system so the computers don't overheat.
Yes, well, you buried the lead. We hadn't mentioned that he built desks for the show floor. We were getting
Well, he
to
did.
He did. He built the desks for the show floor. He built the desks so well for the show floor that there's a bidding war between Chris and Aaron Roberts. This is
True story.
God's honest truth. We had our long broadcast desk. Like, well, if you could cut it in half and add a leg and a leg, these they could have desks themselves, and they want to keep these desks. So I'm pretty sure one is going back and becoming Aaron's desk. They still have to figure out a way to get the other half back for.
See, but
for
the thing that they don't understand is they're here in Germany, right?
Oh.
The desks are local.
Are you saying there's a
right?
new contender?
No, I'm just saying logistically it would make most sense if they're in the Frankfurt office.
So what you're saying is we should live stream a Star Marine match to settle this.
That is not what anybody was saying.
No, but if they did, I mean, yeah, we would. Me and my team
duke it
would
out
win.
fair, yeah.
We'd totally win, absolutely.
Right. And with all that furniture and the broadcast desk we were just talking about, we continued a tradition that began last year by bringing some of our favorite Star Citizen Twitch streamers with us to Gamescom to broadcast live from the show floor. And joining us this year was a cavalcade of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
We've got Sergeant Gamble from the Netherlands.
Yes.
We had Meyer Test from the UK, and making his second visit to Gamescom and a repeat visit, DJ Knight from the United States.
Yeah. DJ Knight! DJ...
No.
No?
Once was enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once was enough.
Sorry, DJ. I'll give you your $20 back.
And no, it was really cool to have them there. I mean, they were good guys, and it's really fun when you watch really experienced people play, and having them there, and I stood over their shoulder watching them play together, and the stuff they were pulling off was amazing, and the camaraderie and the other citizens and backers and fans that would come up and they're taking pictures. It's a really good vibe.
Yeah, no, it really was.
I was just showing some images of the people as they file in. Guys, I promise you only have to put up with us long enough for everybody to get into the venue.
I don't think that I think they're cool with this. I think the fact that Brian Chambers is here, I think chat's going to be totally okay with this.
No, I hope they get in really quick so I can get off
As long as you don't leave, we should be okay.
Okay. Now, of course, we did bring the streamers to Gamescom this year, and this year we had a special treat. They got to play Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 live on the show floor. Not just our streamers, but the folks who visited the booth themselves.
Yep.
Now, there was a lot of conversation, a lot of questions on social media, on Twitter, on Reddit, and whatnot about exactly what they were playing. What they were playing was the daily builds of Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 with only the most minor of changes. We added some spawn points down to an area of Daymar so that they didn't have to start in Port Olisar or start in Grimex. We left some vehicles there for them to begin with, scattered some weapons about, and disabled quantum travel. But other than that, what they were playing was Star Citizen Alpha 3.0. And I think people had a blast. We saw posts on Twitter, on Facebook, all throughout the week with videos, people experiencing Star Citizen for the very first time and getting to experience it in the best way possible at this point.
Not to mention, I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do it, but there were people that stood in a line for almost 2 hours.
Yes.
Played for 15 minutes.
Yes.
And then got back in line.
Yeah.
Like, that blew my mind.
I was told, I saw two guys together that did that twice. Somebody else told me they knew somebody that did it 5 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I am not those people. Those people are better people than me.
I also found it was awesome when you say it was the most current build that we had. Every single day when we got there in the morning, we uploaded the newest build and we patched everything.
Yes.
Right?
It's kind of cool. You kind of get to see the nature of game development, too. Because on day 1, we had the atmospheric entry and re-entries. On day 2, they were missing.
They were missing.
Because such is the nature of game development.
Yeah.
And then on day 3, it was back.
Yep. And let's not forget the cameo appearance of Paul Rendell, the director of engineering for Cloud Imperium Games, who showed up in the middle of our live stream to update our builds even further. I'm like, we're in the middle of a broadcast, Paul. And he's like, I need to update your computer.
I'll be quick.
I'll be quick. Okay, all right. So, trying to put our best foot forward, trying to show you the latest in Star Citizen's development. We had a couple. There were a couple interesting stories. A couple of interesting things happened while we were playing.
There were a lot.
What was your favorite moment from the 3 days so far?
I would honestly say my number one. I think you think what I'm going to say, but I'll save that one. But probably the firefight on the dark side.
The firefight on the dark side, yes.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I believe it was Sergeant Gamble and Meyer. They raced their Gladiuses across the surface of the moon. The race was to get to complete darkness and land, and that was the race. And they got there, and then they discovered that they were in total abject darkness, where they could only see the little suit lights on the lights, and they had proceeded to engage in a firefight with their flashlights. They'd flash the flashlight and log it out, and just to get quick glimpses of where they were, and it was great. It was like a Tom Clancy movie.
It was actually really cool. They both had their flashlights on, and they started fighting. I think it was Meyer who just turned off his flashlight, and it was just like, well, that was actually really clever. So then they both did. So
yeah.
That was cool. That was awesome.
It's a good time.
What's your favorite moment, Brian?
Right now.
Oh, no, definitely not. Just kidding. Honestly, I don't have one. There were so many watching people play. I would literally stand in the middle, and I could turn my head at any given time, and you would see these epic moments.
I'll give you
these epic moments you really could not script, of dog battling and stuff blowing up in front of you, and then you're seeing the atmosphere, and you're seeing the curvature of this and the other moon in the background. It was every shot you were just like, what is going on?
I'll give you one. I'll give you one. 3-person dogfight. They flew up into
I'll be your third hand.
Into orbit.
Yeah.
Into orbit. They were fighting all the way into orbit. Went through, exit, and then flipped back down.
That was awesome.
And continued the fight during re-entry. And you got to see a Gladius just completely destroyed during re-entry. And that it was an amazing visual, and I wish I was like, oh, we didn't get it on tape.
Yeah. But I would say when I stood there for 10 minutes watching people, I would see 3 types of those things. Where I was like, oh, right, and you were excited, and you saw it, and you would see, and even sometimes the disappointment. I would see some people flying through, and they're dog fighting, and you got these beautiful vistas, and they think they're doing great, and they kill somebody, and they're all excited, and all of a sudden somebody flies around, and they get killed, and the sigh of defeat because they were so into it in the moment. You're like, nope. You got to watch yourself at any moment when you got that many ships flying around and fighting.
And one of my favorite was we invented a brand new game challenge this week. This week, there was the Drake Cutlass suborbital release and catch.
Yes.
Basically, we loaded people into a Cutlass. We took them straight up out of atmosphere into orbit, and then they would eject themselves from the Cutlass, and as they fell to the planet, the Cutlass had to then dive bomb back down with its back door open, past them as they fell, and then align themselves underneath and catch them.
Yep.
Now, as you're in free fall, the player cannot control his actions. He's in free fall; he can't move, so it's entirely up to the Cutlass player to maneuver into mirror orientation as he's going down.
It was an interstellar moment.
Yes, while the ground was rushing up toward you, and Sergeant Gamble successfully completed the very first Drake Cutlass suborbital.
Kind of. The side door.
That was comedy.
He got him after several attempts where Meyer would bounce off the sides. He got him straight in the back door, and then Meyer flew out the side door. So I still call that a catch.
I think it counted.
I
think it was awesome.
It's like a pass-through, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Show the floor now. Look at it starting to pile in.
All right.
Wait. I could leave now?
Nope, not yet. Not yet. We're not ready to start. As you see, people are piling in. Here we go. I figured out how to use the fade.
Whoa, hey, look at you.
Fancy.
Look at the fades. But they're all piling in. So
that is cool.
You're almost done with us, everybody. So in addition to the gameplay from the show floor.
Wait, hold on. A catch, the definition of a catch, what is that? You hold it, right? You grab it, it's solid.
All right.
Look,
this is getting weird.
Sergeant Gamble didn't
he
have
went through it like liquid, like in and out, like it just.
Sergeant Gamble didn't have many wins this week.
So you're trying to give him something?
They were doing Nox races, right? They were doing Nox death races, and the final ranking at the end of all things was Meyer #1, DJ Knight #2, a Speak and Spell with its batteries removed #3, and Sergeant Gamble at #4.
I thought Big Benny's was on there too.
Meyer was actually vicious. Every race, he pulled out the weapons.
Yeah. So I want to give the release and catch to Gamble. He did get him through the center. It's not his fault the side door was open and Meyer went.
Well, he is in charge of the ship. He could have closed the door.
Meyer should have grabbed onto something when he got in there.
Your analogy just made a lot of work for the moderators.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
So in addition to the gameplay from the show floor, we also had several interviews with CIG luminaries. Joining us on the first day was Brian Chambers. On the second day, we had the incomparable Aaron Roberts,
that was
head of
awesome.
global production in Foundry 42 UK, and then calling in this morning at 1 o'clock in the
middle of the
morning
night.
from CIG LA was Eric Kyron Davis, studio director of our LA office, still in the office, still working with his team, trying desperately to prepare for Gamescom and continuing work on 3.0. It was great to have you guys on there. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
It was
you were
fun.
at the booth the whole week.
Yeah, I was. Every morning I'd show up. I would hang out. Random press would come up. I was probably on 20 different live streams.
Yeah, as somebody who was once a backer, that's much appreciated.
Awesome. No, and it's actually funny at times. They're like, "Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?" The next thing you know, it's like, "There's the camera. All right, we're live with Brian." I'm like, "Whoa, hold on."
A lot of
Right?
live streamers visiting the booth.
And that was cool. That was actually really, really cool.
And, and you thought doing that on Wednesday got you out of this.
Yeah, kind of.
How mistaken you were.
No, here I am, man.
And honestly, you're doing so good. We're going to do this every time now.
I joke about leaving, but it is fun. It is fun. And if I can help you guys,
So in addition to the gameplay streams, in addition to the interviews, we were also giving out a limited series, a trading card set celebrating the ships of 3.0 that are coming available. There are 7 ships being added to 3.0, well, 5 new ships being added and 2 ships making their triumphant return in improved chassis. We've got
What are the cards we gave out so far?
Well, so far on the first day we gave out the
Cutlass
the
and
Cutlass
the
and the
Nox.
Nox.
Yep.
On the second day was the Prospector and the Ursa. Today we gave out the Aurora and the Dragonfly. And tomorrow will be the Constellation Aquila, which you will see in action later on tonight.
And I've heard rumors that there might be some other cards floating around.
There is a 8th card. It's incredibly rare.
There is.
It is going around for an incredibly super limited ship. Now, folks, these cards do have QR codes on the back, but anybody can access them. Folks have taken pictures of the QR codes. They've shared them on Twitter. They've shared them on Reddit and whatnot.
I may have some of those special cards.
You may have some of those special cards?
I may.
Do you want to give one to someone right now?
I don't have them on me.
Well, I have one on me. Here, well, let's do this right now. I have.
Wait, live?
Are you going to reveal it?
Yep. No, I'm not going to reveal it.
You're not.
But
Okay.
I have 3 of the special cards for the incredibly limited edition ship right now, and I'm just gonna fling them out into the crowd.
You literally just flung them out.
I'm just gonna fling them out in the crowd. So somebody's gonna so some of those people are just gonna discover them right now. Let's do more.
Yep.
You should have. Wait, switch to the feed.
Oh, can you see me?
Yeah. No, maybe not.
But
No.
Let me throw. That just looks fun. Can I throw one?
You want to throw it? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
You
One,
guys are gonna
2,
get
3.
sued, man.
I'm pretty sure they just saw that. I just held the card up
Oh
really
my God.
badly.
I think that hit somebody in the eye.
Nope, that didn't work.
Ow, that hit my head.
That did.
Nope, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, some of
Give
them
me
got
one
out there.
more.
Some of them got out there.
Here you go.
All right, some of them. Yeah, give that one to somebody.
Here.
Here, hand that to somebody over there.
Pass it down.
Wait. Can I just throw random stuff now?
No,
No. We need. This is the equipment
No.
for the stream. Right?
you're
talked
you're
about
too high
this.
level. Only at our level can you throw things at people.
Makes sense,
So look for those on social media. Somebody's going to take a picture of them and put them on there for another limited ship. Okay.
The last card is cool though, and I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow we come by the booth and hand some out?
No, I don't remember what time it is. But there's another get together.
Oh yes, there is the Hyatt Beer Garden.
Correct.
Tomorrow from.
Did we talk about the Bar Citizens already?
Well, I was just getting to that.
We'll get
but
to it.
but
I
the Hyatt
totally
Beer Garden
jumped it, I'm
happens
sorry.
tomorrow from 3 to 5 local time. If you are in
3
the
to
area,
5.
of course, if you are in the area, you're probably in front of us at the stage right
So
now.
then
not
they
listening
can't
to
hear
this.
what I'm
They
saying,
can't listen
yeah.
to it.
All
So
right.
Bar Citizens.
Yes.
We had 2 Bar Citizens this week. The first one was
Yes.
on Wednesday. The next one was on Thursday. Wednesday was the better of the 2 Bar Citizens because it was my birthday.
It was.
It was my birthday, and it was tremendous. And no matter
I showed up for a minute.
you did. You were there for at least a minute and a half. And even though the second Bar Citizen had like twice as many people, and by all accounts was way more.
Okay, wait, hold
fun.
on. Don't gloss over this, right? Listen, happy birthday. I'm really happy I got to
It's
spend it
not
with you
his
this week.
birthday
Well,
today.
happy birthday week. Happy week of
belated-
your birthday.
belated
happy
birthday.
belated birthday. I hope you step on a Lego. Wait, sorry. No, what I was going to say is
That's
the
so-
first
that's so
Bar Citizen.
childish.
I'm
That's so
sorry.
childish.
It's brotherly. The first Bar Citizen was packed. I was really surprised just
Yeah,
how
it
many
was.
people showed up. So the second night, when I got there, it blew my mind because the patio, you remember the patio? Mm-hmm. Every single seat was filled with just Star Citizens.
That's awesome.
Yes, look, everybody wishing you happy birthday. See, people do care.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
I already wished it, so I'm not going to say it again.
So people are still filing in, guys. You can see that there. We'll give you another view here. Give you another view. They are eagerly awaiting the beginning of the presentation. There's basically, see those colored lights at the top there? When those colored lights begin to flash, that is our visual cue that we get to wrap this up and start the presentation. So
I'm gonna pay the lighting guy like $5.
the lighting guy just flashed the lights right now.
Hey, lighting guy. Hey. Oh.
Now, of course, any event like this, a CitizenCon, GamesCom, when we go to PAX, whatnot, they absolutely cannot be done without the tireless effort of all volunteers.
Seriously.
So from the bottom of Tyler's heart, we want to thank you. I don't have a heart. We want to thank you guys for making these events possible.
I appreciate your honesty.
The volunteers are the only way we can pull these things off. When you got 10 PlayStations or workstations, no copyright or anything, or demo stations on the show floor, all with a brand new build of Star Citizen Alpha 3.0. Nobody knows how to play it. And these volunteers, they come early, they stay late, they learn the ins and outs of the game, and they spend all day talking. They never stop talking and sharing their knowledge with the people who come to play the game. So they help us put our best foot forward on the show floor. So thank you so much.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. It's awesome.
Especially you. You know who I'm talking about.
They honestly work really, really hard. And there's, even if they have a time, they're going to be there for a few hours to help. They're always there early. Yeah. They don't want to leave. It's
No, I felt bad. My feet were starting to hurt after day 2. And so I sat down for a second. I was like, oh, my feet. And one of the volunteers comes up and says, hey, are you on break? Because we got it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm coming. Like,
yeah.
they work their ass off.
They do. It's awesome.
Yeah. Now, in addition, Tyler, there were a couple of social media teases throughout the week.
Yes, indeed.
A couple different social media programs going on.
Yeah, a little bit of an Origin takeover, hinting at something. Hopefully,
there are quite a few ads from Origin.
Nobody knows what it's about.
Yeah. 600 reasons, but I don't know what for. They seem intent on revealing something, and it would be fair to note that Origin is the official sponsor of Gamescom 2947.
And they're in the house.
Yep,
tonight.
they're in the house. You can't quite see it on our cameras here, but they have the Origin logos on the sides of the walls and a number of Origin posters throughout the venue here. We're very pleased that Origin could be here with us and help us out this Gamescom 2947. But Origin teases weren't the only things that happened on social media. I understand there was also people had to hunt down Ulf, our new community manager.
Yeah, we did a bunch of giveaways. Basically, we started off the week. We had 10 tickets to this event. All 10 of them are now gone. We did find Ulf and give him a fist bump, give him a high five, give him a salute. We had first person to show up at the booth with one of the temporary Star Citizen tattoos. Yep. It's just fun stuff all week, and it was actually really exciting because everybody who won a ticket, I was like, do you already have a ticket? Because you can use it for a friend if you already do. They're like, no, I wanted one so bad. I was racing to get one. I had to work. I missed the sale. I was like, this is actually awesome. I hope we do stuff like that in the future. So,
I'm sure we will.
Absolutely. If I have anything to do with it, we will.
All right, what are you pointing at?
That's my certainty. Like,
oh. I thought you were pointing.
I'm certain of this.
I thought you were telling me the lights were
no, not yet.
Oh, hold on. They flashed. I can go.
Nope,
no,
not yet.
We're not done.
Calm down.
We're not done.
Just
That's what I thought. I got to decide. So what else is going on, Brian? You like gladiator movies?
What was your dog's name again? No, this week's been awesome. Honestly, it's been awesome. Even today for this event, as I did last year, I walked the entire line with people. Hang out. People are telling me stories, just chatting with them. I see people that I've seen year after year now, so it's like, hey, old friends, in a way. You meet new people, and new people are telling us, kind of inspirational stories. So I actually walked the line twice. I walked it once by myself, and then I was about done, and it's a far walk because it went all the way down the street and around the corner. And then Sandy popped out, said, hey, let's walk the line. So walked the line again, more pictures. Just when I was done, Big Benny showed up.
I was going to say, did you see Dastro?
I saw him.
Yes. Now, I actually have a picture of him.
Now, I understand Dastro awesome. Showed up last year. Dastro is one of many Star Citizens who dress up at events like this. And last year, he came as a Big Benny's machine. But following him on social media, it looked like he was upgrading his costume somewhat.
Yes.
I haven't seen him in person this year.
It's not the greatest
No,
resolution.
pull it
There's
back.
no way.
It's focused here. Yes,
There's no way this is
sorry,
gonna.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
I'll
not
tell you
gonna
what. Go to the Star Citizen.
No, there you go.
Go to the Star Citizen Twitter account. I just
Tweet it
retweeted
out.
somebody. I think I retweeted you. There's your picture
Maybe.
on there.
Awesome.
There you go.
It was cool though. It was dialed in. It was fun. It had lights. It made noises. And the only reason I knew he was there is I just heard this thunderous cheer come from behind me, and I'm like, "What's there?" And I looked, and it's like literally like Big Betty's almost in slow motion because he's got to kind of waddle. So it was awesome.
You would think a giant vending machine, we could see him from here.
I don't know if he could have fit through the door.
Well, that would be very disappointing.
That would be
if
really
You
unfortunate.
spent all that time, dressing up, and he couldn't even get into the event. I'm sure
Yeah.
he's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next?
Well, we also showed some awesome commercials this week as well.
We did show some commercials. Maybe that's as good an opportunity to share one of these right now. Let's see, what do we have queued up here?
No, I didn't even know you actually had them
we
queued
do.
up.
We do
I
have,
didn't
we do
either.
have
Well,
one of these queued up.
that was
I think I can play one of these. Let's try one of these. Let's see if we can take a look at the Ursa commercial.
All right. Oh, there's a little bit of screaming on the floor.
Yes, there was a lot of screaming on the floor. They saw something we didn't.
No. I think somebody was peeking out from backstage.
All right. So that was the Ursa Rover commercial. There we go. It's the Ursa Rover commercial.
That weather, though.
Yes.
That's my favorite part,
Yes.
by far.
Let's just talk about the weather now.
Well, it was snowing. It was blue.
Twitch chat is making fun of my previous faux pas from the other day. The Ursa Nox.
Did you say that on stream?
Yes. I was very exhausted this morning, so you can only imagine how I am
Oh,
now.
look at the bags on them. I'm tired too.
I
Me as
referred to it
well.
as the Ursa Nox several times.
It's been a long week. You can get away with it.
It has been.
It has been a long week.
All right, so Brian,
Uh-oh.
we have 5 studios around the world. We've got our studio in LA, the original studio in Austin. Then we expanded to expanded to Manchester, then to Frankfurt. And most recently, we've opened a satellite office in Derby.
Yeah.
Am I not speaking? You're the man in charge of our Frankfurt studio.
Correct.
We talked a little bit about it before, but can you elaborate a little bit about what the Frankfurt studio contributes to something like 3.0? Now, I know things like this is all hands on deck. Things get passed between studio to studio to studio.
100%.
But what are some of the contributions that you can think of off the top of your head that will be seen tonight in 3.0?
Well, you think of the engine tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's that we've done so much on it and talked about it early on. But engineers Marco Corbetta and Carson Wenzel and the whole team there pulling together the procedural tech for the procedural planets, working closely with all the other engineers and closely with the environment art team. So that was really kind of, I think, our first big visual impact we had across everything. But as we've expanded, I mean, we've touched everything. And, we make all the weapons there. There's a big play in design. When you think of what you're going to see tonight, and Todd Pappy was the one to basically coordinate across the design team and work very, very tirelessly to help craft this experience that we're going to see.
Todd Pappy, or as I like to call him, Video Games Ray Liotta?
Yes, exactly. But it was really, hey, in order to pull hey, what are we going to show, right? And so you look at what we have, and you go, cool, well, we have this ship, we have this tech, we have this part's coming online, this part's coming online. So he's able to look at all that and go, okay, well, how can we present this in a really kind of cool, epic way? So he's done an awesome job, and of course, then that means AI team is involved, and system designers and level designers and the environment art team and so on. So it really, truly, when we say it's a collaboration, It really is, right? We had to lean on people in LA and people in Austin and people in the UK and in Derby for facial animation and so on. So it's
Totally.
yeah. I hate taking ownership for anything because it really does take everybody to be able to pull this together.
Todd Pappy is texting you. He says thank you right now.
Yeah,
Did he actually?
Did he actually? Yeah, he said thank you.
Yeah.
I heart. Oh,
Yeah,
I heart you too,
Yeah.
Todd.
I can't help but notice, Todd, I don't have a text from you.
No, that's fine.
I thought we were cool. Todd
No.
Pappy, fan of the show.
Looks like
Absolutely.
I just got one myself too.
So that means we
Thanks-
have
thanks, Todd.
have one person watching at least, Todd Pepe.
No, we have another guy. There's one guy in chat who keeps asking Jared to take his
that's
shirt
right.
off. So we've got other people watching.
Oh, I gotta
Are
say
we ready
hi.
to go?
I gotta say hi to my wife and son as well. They're watching at home, so I'll be home soon.
Hi, Mom.
No, I don't think my mom's watching.
No, that was from my mom.
Oh, okay. Just want to put it in context.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I got a text. Is it
Todd?
No, it's my mom.
Todd, don't text him. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
So we really are kind of just killing time now.
Yeah.
You know? No, honestly, that's what it is. We're the pre-show until everything's sorted.
Yeah.
We literally, for this event, we got in here yesterday to start setting up. As you can imagine, with what you see and what we're doing, there's a tremendous amount of technical that goes behind this to be able to pull everything together and to live stream it out and to get all the cameras and so on and audio and everything. And then we were back in today going through what we're going to show you.
We have more things to show.
We do have much things to show. What do we have to show?
Well, you showed the rover.
Yeah.
Do you have the other ones queued up too?
I do.
Let's do the Dragonfly one.
You want to show the Dragonfly
Yeah, I
commercial?
like that one.
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly
Let's
commercial.
do
Let's
it.
try that. All right, we just got the sign, guys, that we're on a 5-minute watch right now.
5
so
minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes to go before we anticipate starting. We are seeing the players begin to take their positions. And so when they're ready and they've given us the signal, we're gonna wrap this up real quick. We probably won't even say bye. We're gonna like bye.
It started.
We're gonna go right into the thing.
I think we should say bye.
We don't want to say bye now. There's
Yeah, we're not done.
No, but we should have played official bye at the time, right?
We'll say it quickly. Because when it's showtime, it's showtime.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
I did.
You'd know better than me.
So
I purposely try to create these awkward moments. I don't know why, but
that's good. You could just spout off random jokes. Which
it could
would
be that I'm tired.
weirder.
Yeah, that's true.
You're doing great.
Did Todd Peppy?
Do you know why pirates can't spell?
No.
Because they always get lost at sea.
R. No.
I'll see myself out.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna work.
Is there anything in chat going on?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Hold on. Somebody's asking. Let's just have silence for 4 minutes.
All right, we're just gonna have silence for 4 minutes. You know, leave it up. Leave it to the crowd music. We'll just sit here for a little bit.
Put it on the crowd. They don't want to look at us.
No, the crowd
Jared just said silence, and then you started talking.
Well, you know what, Mr. Chambers?
So,
Have you guys had fun this week, though?
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
Yeah.
unforgettable.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you can notice Glenn, a member of our Frankfurt QA team, he has taken his place on the stage there. He's probably just doing final countdown, final checks, make sure everything is ready to go. You might remember Glenn. He was one of the primary demo players from last year's GamesCom.
He was player number 1 last
Yep.
year.
He is a superstar. We love Glenn here.
Yeah, he's good. He works out of the Frankfurt office. He originally started at the UK office and then transferred over because Germany's so cool.
Germany is cool. I like Germany.
UK's cool too.
Yeah, we lost Melissa to the Frankfurt office too.
Yeah.
She was in Austin with me back when I was in QA.
Yeah, but she came to Germany because Germany's cool.
Yeah, I will admit this is my first time here.
Yeah, that's true.
It has been great. I appreciate how welcoming you've all been.
Absolutely.
All right, we've seen a request. Somebody's requesting the Cutlass Cutlass commercial, so we're going to go ahead and play the Cutlass commercial.
Do it up.
Let you see the Cutlass commercial, and then we'll be right back. That's the Aurora commercial. But enjoy the Aurora commercial all the same. And we're back. I'm sorry, that was the Aurora commercial. The Aurora commercial was very cool. Honestly, if I had to be completely honest, I think the Aurora commercial is cooler than the Cutlass commercial because it shows all the variants and the various features.
I like them all. I totally disagree.
I'm not saying you can't like them all, but I'm just saying it's like your kids. Oh, we've got the symbol. We've got show
flashing
sign,
lights.
guys.
Start this goodbyes. Ready? Here we go.
Goodbye,
Start
everybody.
it.
Goodbye,
Good
everybody.
night.
Use